So you figured you need to make a video for your organization.
But it's the who, why, how. Everything that comes next that's got you a little bit
nervous. I'm Stu from Chuck Media, and over the last 15 years or so of making TV commercials, brand films, digital content, and documentaries, let me tell you, I have seen some things go wrong.
I'm Mel from Chuck, and we're here to let you in on the biggest mistakes companies make when hiring a video production company so that you don't have to.
So let's dive in.
Another mistake that we see when companies are choosing a video production team is maybe they're choosing one that's not end-to-end. So like Stu, you're the expert. How would you describe, like, what does that mean, end-to-end?
End-to-end, yeah. I guess it means that we take a project from the conceptualization stage, so working with the company to creatively determine what the problem is that we're solving, the organizational goal, what's the creative execution and approach, and then we're hopping into the pre-production, production, post-production, the classic production stages, and it's all with the end goal in mind. So if this is going to be a cinema advertisement, we have considered that at the start.
Exactly.
If this is going to go on TikTok, it's a different thing, so it's just having an understanding right from the very beginning of what's going to happen right at the end, and managing and being a part of each of the processes along the way. Yeah.
And it's a long process.
Can be really long.
Thank you for taking us through that.
It's a real pleasure.
Obviously, depending on the project, it can be shorter or longer, but you're there from the conceptualization and that consistency going through. Like, how important is that?
So you could be working with a production company or a marketing company who come in at different steps of the way. So you've got a company, they might just be at the production stage, but then handing off to an editor, or there's another company doing pre-production. It just means that you don't have that top-down view.
When you're shooting, you have the edit in mind, right? So you're in production thinking about post-production. Like, through every step of the way, you're keeping all of it in your head. As having worked as an editor before, like, if there's a disconnect between me and the crew that shot it, that can make my job so much more difficult versus we're on the same page, we're on the same team. And if I'm in the editing suite and I'm like, what's happening? I need this footage. Where is it? It's a matter of me just walking over to the next room or the office next door and asking a question of my workmate, right?
Yeah.
Versus,
Yeah.
who's that crew? I don't know. They don't work with me.
100%. It really just comes down to being on the same page as the client for all of it.
Yeah.
And a lot of the time helping to guide them through that whole process.
Because I think sometimes when a company or whoever wants to make a video, maybe they just think of one of those steps that you mentioned, right? They're like, I just need someone who has a camera. Like, I need someone to come in and shoot. I don't have the gear. I'll do all the other steps, right? How hard can they be?
Yeah.
Even if you think, it'll be more cost effective this way, at the end of the day, it's your time, right? Being the producer now, because now you're the producer and you have to do all of those tasks at the start and maybe at the end as well.
100%. So there's a number of times we've seen a client who've decided that either they're going to start shooting stuff or they're going to start editing stuff, and which is great. I mean, that's fantastic if people want to take that step and create their own content or edit their own content.
Yeah.
But I definitely have seen they've come to a point where there's been a bit of a reality check, and they're like, oh, hang on, this is expensive, or this equipment's expensive. I've got to invest time to learn how to do this. I've got to invest time to actually do it. And I've invested all this money in the kit and the time, and then the result kind of sucks. So maybe I should just pay these guys.
Yeah. It's a journey.
It can be a wild ride, Mel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I say journey in the most positive sense.
Oh, right. Yeah.
But it can be a journey.
It can be bumpy.
It can be bumpy.
Yeah.
For sure.
But we got the roadmap.
Yes. There can be some twists and turns.
Yeah.
But we will let you know
We
when
have
they're
driven
coming.
this road, this bumpy old hilltop cliff many times before.
Okay. My road's not that. It's
Oh,
fun.
okay.
It's not that.
Oh,
bumpy.
right. I think mine's getting paved.
I think it's different. Yeah, for you. It's invaluable to have someone along there with you, the right team, the right experienced hands along there with you from start to end. And that's something that is hard to replace, and it's hard to replicate if you have different hands in the pot, right, as you go along.
Yeah.
Or if you're trying to take on some of it on your own without help. And that can really show in the end results, unfortunately.